Unpack that for me. What do you mean by the saves?
The saves, what I took from his book was a critique on how environmental organizations want to save, as they say, the trees, or save a particular landscape. They go out to a scenic place and they can see the miracle of the Lord's hand upon the face of the earth, and it drops you to your knees. You know, it's like when you walk into Yosemite Valley for the first time. Who cannot but weep when you see the beauty, or where you go to Zion National Park and you drop, or you stand on Mount Marcy in the Adirondacks, you know? Who cannot but feel, you know, the power of nature, and not only our smallness, but also our connectedness, and that, you know, we cannot have dominion over all things. And so it's that fundamental dialectic of those who seek to have dominion versus those, you know, who seek to be stewards. And so in the saves, we create environmental organizations, and we become part of these clubs. And we think that the best way to protect land and nature is at the exclusion of humanity rather than the inclusion of humanity. You know, it's like, you know, building a fine Swiss watch and leaving out a master gear. And so the SAVE organizations, the notion of preservation is missing a critical element, which is humanity, and humanity as a steward within that relationship. We should not be outside of it. You know, integral to the protection is our harmony with it. And so to me, that is like, you know, the story of the Yosemite Valley, how the First Nations were cleared out of the Yosemite Valley to protect it, even though they had lived there for thousands of years. The notion of saving the Yosemite Valley, you know, saving the Yosemite was to strip people whose culture, custom, and heritage living beautifully and harmoniously within that valley for thousands of years, how that was desecrated by another human's action to so-called save the environment and save a beautiful place and space. And when humanity is relegated to being viewed as dirty or a pollutant in the eyes of the environment by other men, you know, we lose something. That is indeed a crisis. And so